live. First thing in the early morning. Early. It's early. It's not really. It's only like 8 o'clock. I don't usually do readings this early because my kids, but my daughter came up from walking the dog and she's already getting in the shower, so I was like, I better utilize the time. What's up, everybody? Close the door, let my son sleep in. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher. Ooh, I almost left out the big one. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst and healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith, reincarnated. You know, in the beginning, it was never that long. The intro just got longer and longer and longer. Why? Because I put on more suits. Or actually, it's not that I became more. It's that I realized more. You became a shaman? No, I was practicing shaman techniques since the very beginning. I just didn't call myself a shaman until I was told. I don't go around telling people I am. And that's what's really funny is it was Christ Almighty during my awakening. I think by that time I'd already put out a couple of songs. I already had many recorded. I had already, did quite a bit with my music career. And I'm at the top of Mother Cabrini Shrine. And, I'm standing next to the statue of Christ. And in my heart is telling me, I see Jesus. And my heart is telling me, sing my Father's praises from the top of the mountain. He's like, are you a singer or aren't you? You know what I mean? And that was those moments. It's like when you step into it, that's when you're that. You know what I mean? When you fully accept it. So like I didn't say I was a witch until I fully accepted that. I am a full-ass witch. I say it all the time. No, I'm a witch. The things I do are considered, were done by those that you called witches. I'm proud to say that I'm a witch. I'm the first witch. Stuff like that. So it takes some time to work them all in. As you can see, there's quite a few of them, but it didn't start like that. So I kind of stumble in the first weeks. So what do we add? Spiritual psychoanalyst. But I've been doing that. Analyzing, the mind. Not just mine, but everybody else. I tell you stories and we try to figure out these people, where they're coming from, what were they thinking, what's going on in their life to make them act and do such things. We're psychoanalysts. We're analyzing the psyche of others. Right? What do I do it for? Spiritual purposes. Teaching tools. Any fucking tools. Anyways,
You have to make my bed because you put stuff on it.
I was trying to keep you warm. You look like you needed more.
I wasn't. I was hot the entire night.
No, because I turned it up. Whatever. She was all curled up in a fetal position in just her little, tiny little, baby blanket. And I was like, I just threw some blankets on her. She's like, you have to make my bed. Is that your way of saying thank you? You have to make... I make the bed, bitch. Anyways. See how they treat me? Why? Because I spoil my kids, bro. I didn't really realize that until my sister pointed it out. She's like, they're fucking spoiled. They're entitled. And I realized I did. I spoiled the shit out of my kids, and that's why people didn't like them or me. I really did. Why did I do that? I guess I was trying to make up for something. So I gave them, you know what I mean? It was never a full no. They could always depend on mama for me. And it's not like they are greedy, they've been asking me for an iPhone for, well, my son at least. My daughter realizes logically that makes no sense. But my son's been asking me for that for 6 years. He asked me for a pair of Yeezys once, bro. I was laughing. I was like, you're going to wear Yeezys in Oklahoma? This makes no sense. They're stupid shoes. They don't even have a purpose. In essence, they're not like that kind of spoiled, but I always found a way. I was like, and they know it. Not right now. But I'll do it for you. And if you keep asking me, then it's a fucking no. And that's just God, I think. It's like, sure, just not right now. I got you. And then it's more of a surprise. That thing you asked me for, remember that thing you asked me for? Ta-da! That's gone. Anyways, in order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted on my community page. My last live video, I did not upload a short. I typically do them during specific times. Why? Because there's a fucking algorithm, idiots. I'm not dumb. I know my algorithm, and I have to go through that certain box when I upload it. Do you know my algorithm? It's mine, not yours. It's when my viewers are most looking, not yours. I know. I don't want to even start with that. So anyways, last night I went through this whole fucking thing, And this morning I woke up and I was feeling really good. It's like I'm back to myself. It's like, you motherfuckers stole my peace, bro. You don't even realize it, that you've lost your peace because you're so caught up in some fucking bullshit, bro. Straight bullshit. And it was like that job stole my peace for a whole week. It was stressing me out for a whole week. I allowed it to. And that's where I learned. It took me a week to learn that lesson. And we learn lessons around here weekly, bro. Big, hard lessons. So make sure that you're trying to keep up. If you missed a lesson, don't worry. The lessons of time always repeat themselves. Because if you have, you know what I mean? Even if you've learned the lesson, it'll still repeat itself. And you'll see a different level of the lesson. Really? Yeah. Example, twin flame here. That's what I'd like this lesson to be. I would like to learn this lesson as quickly as possible. The universe heard me. I learned the lesson. Real quick, bro. What is it? It's just a next level lesson. Is that you're not here to give me what I want. So you're just here to take what you want. And that's not a lesson towards twin flames. That's a lesson towards humanity. People look at me as an opportunity. A fucking come up. And it's because I have so much value. I can get so much from her. She makes me feel better. She could teach me something. You know, I like your energy. I always feel better when I hang out with you. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, because I'm a good person and you're full of shit. You want to be around goodness. You know, with all due respect to Twin Flame, obviously he's going through chaos in his life. And, you know, a simple conversation would have made things a lot better. But in this essence, it's like, I can't help you. I can't, you know what I mean? You look at me as, like, helpless. It's like, how, you know, I'm all powerful because I surrendered all power. My powers are limited. And that's because, you know, they're for spiritual use only. The 3D, do you see this? God just plays around with my 3D. It's just a fucking video game experience to me. In the essence, you take your life so serious, bro. Everybody does. And it's like, I guess, I just, what happened yesterday is like, you know, within this time, it's like, I became aware. The next level awareness is that. What are people bringing to you? What have they come to you with? It's pretty much it. It's not about baggage, but why are they coming to you? What do they want from you? And this is all about, you know what I mean, honoring yourself through this part of the journey. Speaking of which, let me pull out this. They told me that I need to read the back of my book. They said that my answers are in the back of this book. This is my book. This is my Bible. It's my most torn book because I read it the most. I've been reading it. It's everything. I've never read the back of the book. We got to one level, and I didn't read past it. I got into Artemisia. All right, so let me talk a little bit about Artemisia, which is the last level. And it was just you know, as soon as I got out of it, I was shoved right back in it. Artemisia is, let's see, healing, truth, integrity, revealing the light, sacred space, silence, retreat, exposure, secrets, hidden things, shattering illusions, transformation, reawakening the soul, integrity, and wisdom. Lessons are responsibility and integrity. That's what I've been saying all week, bro. We've been speaking about it. The colors, lovely, are purple and green. When I see this, I see Lewis, his purple and green. The crystals are amethyst, lapis lazuli, and apophyllite. Herbs are frankincense, lavender, and purple iris. The moon phase is the new moon, which we're about to go. We have the dark moon, and then it becomes new. And the season is Maboon, which is happening this weekend, and winter. The tree is the silver birch. Festival date is Buxting Wells dressing on the 5th of July. Artemisia is the water goddess with the magic of divine flow, which incorporates knowledge, wisdom, wealth, and abundance. She is also an air goddess associated with inspiration, intellect, change, and movement. And she is associated with the iris goddess Dana and the Tutha de Dana, the children of Danu. The Tutha de Dana were wise ones, the alchemists and descendants of Danu herself. When the Gaels invaded Ireland, the Tutha de Dana shapeshifted into little people so they could hide in the hills. They became the Sidhe, the fairies and the leprechauns of Ireland. Artemisia is a cosmic goddess who holds the secret of divine alchemy and divine magic, and reminds you that through your oneness to the divine source, there really are no secrets. You are essentially one with the all-encompassing universal wisdom and divine knowledge. She realigns you with your divine truth and brings empowerment, and she reminds you that you are in charge of your own destiny and hold the power within you to realize your dreams. She assists you in raising your limited self and transcending lesser goals to your higher visions for yourself. She is the maiden, mother goddess, and divine feminine of all power crone for those who seek to realize their greatest dreams, as she encourages you to tap into your power, which actually resides in you. She is the goddess who holds. I have something there. I have a download to say. You can read every book about enlightenment, and you may feel like you're enlightened by the knowledge you put in it, but until you wake up, you're not enlightened. It does not matter. You can read the Bible for the rest of your life, and people have done it every fucking Sunday. You know, there's people dedicated to reading that thing every day. But until you walk in those teachings, you are nothing more than a student of spirituality, religion, whatever it is. You have not actually practiced what they preached. You can read everything about this, bro. I can tell you everything about how it feels in all the levels. But until you take the measures, which is absolute submission, surrender, and leaving yourself behind, you cannot be an enlightened self. You must destroy the version of this self for the spirit to be free. It is this self that constricts the spirit. The more you take off the ego self, the more the spirit can be free. And I spoke about that in my video last night, how to become the higher self. You cannot be a higher self in a low quality mindset. You have to change everything about yourself for your true self to live, because that's not who you truly are. So, number one, how to identify a fake spiritualist. Can you see any humility in their life or any change? Kanye, visibly for the world to see, was becoming spiritual in front of everybody. You saw what happens. You lose your mind. You start getting rid of things that no longer serve you. You start making life-changing decisions that are actionable and noticeable. He moved to the middle of, what was it? Wyoming. He got a big place in Wyoming. He left the fast life. He tried to change his wife. He changed his music. He tried to change clothes. He stopped being the Kanye he was to become something, a vision of himself given by God of what he needed to become. He saw a better version of himself, and he started making unbelievably drastic, you know what I mean, fucking newspaper worthy changes that everybody, and that's why they watch him, because he's dramatic in his actions and his words. That's what spirituality looks like. It looks like a straight midlife crisis. It's called a coming to God moment, where you leave everything and go to God. It is layers of it. Perfect example number 2 and 3. Russell Brand. Number 2, Daddy Yankee. He chose God right after he left his music, and he's trying to divorce his wife. It's very noticeable when they come to God. Shia LaBeouf. You can see these people completely to do a 180 in front of you, and it scares you, and you think they're crazy. You know what I mean? I saw something about on Instagram about Kai. He lost a huge contract with Nike over Jesus. I didn't read it. It says he lost a contract with Nike over Jesus. You got to understand, these brands have a certain code and conduct. They have to stick to the traditional rules and regulations. You must read these contracts very carefully. And that's what, you know what I mean? That's what happened to Colin Kaepernick. You cannot bring politics or religion into certain faculties. You just can't. There's rules that protect people from those arguments. And it's just, you can't. You can't push your political views and you can't push your religious views on our company. Because our company is made up of very diverse views and beliefs. We don't allow for one belief or one of that. We don't allow the pushing of that. And that's very strict shit. You know what I mean? It's not like they don't believe in Jesus, but they have other people that don't, that they incorporate into this, and they don't have to force it, and we don't force this shit. It's very equal. So anyways, going back to this, it's like in the middle of this, it's like you get to this stage where you're filled with all of this, but you can't just read books and put it in you. And that's someone like Mike Studd. He'll sit there and repeat everything he's read about spirituality and positivity. There's a bunch of them. I think Russ's whole crew tries to do that all the time now. Try to put up words of positivity when they just live a very negative life. The words that you're saying do not align with your actions, bro. And I just want you to be aware of it. How to identify a fake spiritualist. They're going to pretend to be us. Because why? Because everybody wants to be us. Which is what? Connected to something bigger than themselves. In essence, you think I have superpowers, I'm a mutant or something weird like that. But all it is that I'm spiritual. I'm a walking spirit. And you're dead flesh. And you want to be spiritual because you want what I have, which is the freedoms and the joy and the happiness. But you don't want to do the work. You don't want the long suffering. You don't want the humility. You don't want the embarrassment and shame that comes from being what I am. You just want the good feelings of it. That's not how it works. Going back to it, I said that last night. It's like if you want to be a guru, if you want to be a spiritualist, you want to be intuitive, you want to have a higher knowing, you must leave the knowing you know. It's not in a card. It's not in a book. There are, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. The words, you know, the shamans, the elders, the fucking, you know what I mean? The wise ones, they didn't get it out of a book. They got it in hours and days and weeks and months and years of sitting and communicating through the spirit. Not their mind, but from their heart. You have no heart. You're just trying to fill your brain with all this information that you can blow out your mouth and say that you're smart. You think a book makes you smart. A book can instruct you on how to, you know, take action, but you not acting in it doesn't make you smart. A professor at fucking Yale isn't smarter than me. He repeats the same words every day just like me. The same books, the same everything. All he is a teacher. He's not smarter than anybody. And that's it. It's like, what makes them smart? What makes the genius? I mean, having the ability to connect, you know, higher information. In essence, for you to understand, you know, problem solving at the highest level, you have to know the equations. If we were taught, if we had the mental capacity to be taught like Einstein, like my kids, where you just teach them anything and it all goes in, and they're hungry for more information, what do they use with that? Problem solving. Fucking Dahmer was one of the smartest killers. It was his smarts that made him a killer. Realistically, he was beyond intelligent. He had so much, you know what I mean, scientific knowledge. No other fucking killer was trying to do what he did. He was scientifically trying to break an equation of how to keep this person here and in a comastatic state. It's the same as every fucking, you know what I mean, every fucking mental institution. That's what they were trying to do. How to keep them alive, because death is wrong, but how to keep them numb. Zombies, where they can just, you know, exist and not be a pain in our ass. Oh, that's your happy pills all damn day. Just wanted to just tell you that. All right, let's move on. She is the goddess who holds the lantern, and I have an enormous lantern that I carry in my car, to the light, to expose the light that has been consumed by the darkness. She is an enigma, a witness of secrets, shrouded through the mist of time, and she exposes darkness that has been hidden from the light. All right, so there's all these seeking her and all of this and blah, blah, blah. Reasons to work with her. As you work with Arda Media at the last stage of the dark night of the soul, she promises to light the way and guide you to return to wholeness and perfect balance, wisdom, and integrity. Trying to curb your emotions is not easy if you are sensitive and tend to work with an emotional level. It's easy for you to pick up on the emotions of others and to cry or river on behalf of anyone you feel sorry for. And that's it too. I can't get too deep in. I cry for you motherfuckers. You see me do it all the time. I'll be talking about you and just feel so fucking sorry. So much fucking sorrow for your sorry ass fucking life that you choose to live. And as I say that, I see Russ. That's what I told him. I fucking pity him. It's just absolute fucking pity, bro. How can you not feel sorry for a man like that? And then you say that word, it's like a man. Like Bobby. Like fucking Lewis. I can't watch this. I can't feel sorry for him every fucking weekend. I can't sit in that car and watch his heart drop, watch all his dreams go down the pipe, and know exactly what that really feels like to him as he's hiding behind that visor. I feel him in that car. I feel their pain, bro. And that's why I can't be around just taking on all your pain. It hurts me more than you because you won't even feel it. My heart is like a huge swirling whirlpool, and I always feel everybody else's emotions, which, despite being an easy way for me to read feelings when giving spiritual guidance, has also been like a curse on many occasions. I was born on a Wednesday, and according to the 1-800 fortune-telling poem, Wednesday's childs are full of woes. Here's how it goes. Monday's child is fair of face. Tuesday's child is full of grace. Wednesday's child is full of woe. Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving. Saturday's child works hard for a living. But the child who's born on the Sabbath day is bony and blithe and good and gay. And it says anonymous. Have you been accused of being over-emotional or too sensitive? Are you a water sign born under Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio? I know my Cancers to be like that. I don't know my Scorpios to be like that. My mom was a Scorpio. And if she did, she didn't show the watery emotions. My daughter is a Scorpio. A lot of people, Bobby is a Scorpio. He shows no emotions. Emotions run high in water signs, and those who are more spiritually inclined for spiritual work through the heart center, the hub of emotions, so that those who are naturally clairsentient can receive intuitive messages through their feelings. And I'm not, by definition, I mean, I can look at my birth chart right now. I don't think I have any of this shit in there. I have some Scorpio, I don't think. Let me see. Really? No, I don't have much water. I'm on fire. I have Cancer in my north node. So that tells you right there. When I'm in my feelings, I'm in my north node. Really? That simple. Isn't that simple? But no, I don't. I have Scorpio in 2 houses. I don't have no fucking Pisces. It's all Sag, bro. I told you this. We got Gemini, a Capricorn, 2 Scorpios, a Cancer, and a Libra in there. Really? Yep, that's it. I don't got any of that fucking water shit. But it doesn't matter because, like I said, my north node is my water. We're working through these areas, which is fire and air. Somebody call 911. Anyway, something about sympathy and shit. Going with the flow. Working with the magic of water, a feminine energy is observed, and for receptive, pure energy that naturally flows to you, and if you allow it, will help you manifest your desires. That's what it is. Go with the flow. That's what I posted. That's the messages we were getting. Mystery, wisdom, and insight. Some goddesses are very, very well known as they have been kept alive through oral tradition and written in history stories of old folklore. However, many deities of the old ways after our media were replaced by Saint Anne. She became an enigma. Oh yeah, stuff like that. Did you read all this? Becoming the light. Preparing for Arda Media. You may have subconsciously called her on a soul level if you wished for wisdom, the truth in all situations, to shine your light brightly, to be integral in all you do, connect spiritually with trees, practice meditation, quench a spiritual thirst, work in a ritual to shed light on the truth. Let's see. The following to connect with her. Visit a grove. Sip from a natural stream. Meditate in nature. Sit against a tree you are drawn to. Connect with trees. Feed, care, or connect with owls. Pick up garbage from rivers and streams. Go wild swimming. Listen to Celtic music. Greet the sun as it rises. Do whatever lights you up. Make an altar for her and place upon it beech nuts and a chalice of pure water. If you wish to make something of the grove for your altar keepsake, do so in Artemisia, and she will grant her permission. Offerings include birch tree leaves, twigs, green candles, chalice of spring water, pictures of groves, owl figurines, beech nuts, and acorns. I have acorns and all that. I'm going to change its time between today or tomorrow sometime. I'm going to have to change my altar. We're going into a new season, so I have to bring in all of the Maboon shit. Let's see. Invocation, you'll need lavender, incense, a bowl of salt, goblet of water, lavender or purple irises, frankincense. I need to get some more lavender. Really? Yup. I need to go get some more. I mean, there's some at the altar that we just brought out of nowhere, I remember. But I guess I could get some from there. Just try it out. This is when you know she's around. Seeing owls, a birch tree wand, or a staff presents itself. Wooden boats sail downstream. You can only speak the truth. You feel much lighter. Sun shines brightly through the trees. I watched that this morning. I was out there for hella long. I sat down with my dog. She just didn't want to pee. She just wanted to see the light, I guess. And I was watching the sun peek through the trees, and the sprinklers were on over at the building next to me, and I was just watching the water in the sun. It was really pretty. That's all I was watching, was the sun through the trees and the water. It just looked really pretty. You come across to grove. You have clarity. You are drawn to meditate, and you join a coven. You want to join my coven? Yeah, right. It's not a coven. A covering is what I heard. Exercises, journal work, reflections and illusions. What illusions has shattered so far in your life? How did you learn? And that's it. What truths have you faced? None. Because if you face the truth, you change something in your life. You'd make serious changes. You haven't changed. Here comes Pac. I'll say no changes. I love you, Pac. How did you leave feeling? Did you feel cheated or lied to or like a fool? Every fucking time I wake up, I feel like a fucking idiot. That's it. You know one thing I know about these twin flames, bro? You're going to come and get me excited and then ghost me. That is the one fucking constant with these twin flames. You just come to get me excited, get scared, and run away. Get away from me. Go fucking get scared somewhere else. So annoying. I'm not getting excited on your bullshit. I'm just going to make you run away faster. That's what I said. I am so tired of this fucking bullshit. So stupid to me. Do you feel stupid? No, they're stupid. I'm not feeling stupid for fucking dealing with stupid people that worked me pretty well. You believed it was going to be different? Yeah, they told me something different. Why did you believe? Because of the shit that came out of their mouth. Why do you believe the shit? Because I want to? I don't want to believe everything that comes out of your mouth is a fucking lie. And then I'm like, oh, they're just another fucking liar. Why'd they lie? Because they were scared. Get out of my face. And that's what I said. You don't know nothing about the truth. You have to be brave to tell the truth. You're not brave. You're a weak motherfucker that'll lie to a person's face because you're scared of consequence. Oh, I don't know how they'll react. Dude, I feel it, but at least I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. I'll catch one. Let this bitch slap me in the face because she can't deal with the fucking truth. Oh, you out here pussy popping for Jesus, huh? Fucking bitch. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Really, though. Really. In the essence, you're a whole fucking lie, bro. And let me come and tell you and watch you fucking lose your shit. Oh, somebody knows. I'm not. Fucking Russ. Is you is or is you ain't? Are you a complex guy that had a hard childhood that's trying to recover? Or you're just a fucking spoon-fed little bitch that wants to brag all the time? You didn't have no hard life, bro. Try to make up these stories, right? You make up these struggles so that you can make yourself sound powerful. Realistically, the truth is you have an entire family of fucking unemployed losers. That's all it is. There's no struggle. They're just lazy, incompetent. It's not that they're not incapable. If that was the case, they should get a disability check for their mental status, whatever makes them incapable of fucking getting jobs. And that goes to your girlfriend and every one of your stupid friends. They don't have an actual job that pays them. You do. You pay for company. And the company you pay for is losers. They're fucking... You pay to hang out with slime. How about that for your illusions? Wake up. What do you discover about yourself? When parents, spouses, bosses, and friends are exposed, you will be left feeling wretched. When Artemisia's lantern shines through the darkness, it will reveal a space in which to invite in your dreams those who bring positivity and the meaning of your life and new opportunities to become who you are. To become who you always wished you could be. Write down in your journal everything you wish you could be. What do you want to be when you grow up, losers? As Artemisia helps you to break down the barriers, take those brave steps to open your heart. And that's where it is. You look at me and you're like, I wish I could be. Then do what it takes. Over there wishing. Step into your heart in order to trust and believe again, so that the opinions of others truly no longer matter. That's it. I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. You just like to talk out your neck, bro. And you know what? I want to point out, last night we got the Queen of Swords, and I was like, don't be cutthroat. Bitch, I cut that bitch's throat. Both of them. Both of them, bro. I gave you an opportunity to hang yourself, bro, and you did. And I just stood there laughing. In the essence, it's like that job had every opportunity to fix this. And they hung themselves. They could have had a great employee. Instead, they wanted to fucking play around. They knew they were dealing with a good employee. They should have followed through with what was on this job offer and did exactly what the fucking shit said. Don't be offering people bullshit. Going back to fucking, Twin Flame. You said you wanted to talk to me and see me. And you didn't fucking talk to me or see me. You were a waste of my fucking space. And that goes back to it. Don't approach me, you fucking weenie people. You don't even know what you want. That's the difference. I spent all this time trying to discover who I was and what I wanted. And then when I did, I don't want anything less. And we've made it very clear. The reason that you all were eliminated from this process is because you realized in your own skin you couldn't be what I wanted. But yet you come back with what you want, trying to, get what you want? I made it very clear what I wanted from you, and you can't be it. So stay wherever the fuck you are with your punk-ass life. You can't meet the needs and expectations, the rules, the requirements, and procedures and protocols that it takes to deal with a person like me. You ain't never dealt with a person like me. I get that. But you don't get to deal with me like other people. That calls for a better, you need a higher understanding. You're going to have to step up your fucking game. And there's no games over here. You're going to have to come real or don't come at all. And that's it. They can sense fucking lies and weakness. Don't come near me with that bullshit. I'd like to open up to you, but you're not ready to open up yourself. And that's to everyone. You're not ready to be a friend. I told her, I'm not saving nobody today. She's like, hey, bro, are you in the building? Are you by staff? I was like, I'm not right now. She's like, dude, they're over here at the fucking bank. They're suiting up and they're in bulletproof vests. You might want to tell someone, they might be coming over. Which is what, ICE? We got someone that came and told us on Friday. Some lady came in and she's like, ICE is in the parking lot across the street over there. So that when that happens, they make an announcement and they grab all of the Venezuelans out of the parking lots and bring them in. They are not supposed to come in our building, but we haven't seen it. They've done a lot to protect them. But it's like, I don't want to be here when that ever happens. And it could happen. It happened all over. That's why people were going crazy in California. They were watching them come in and rip people out and watching babies cry and watching all this. Have you seen it? No, but it's always around us. They know. The whole world knows. Denver knows that this building is filled with fucking immigrants. Everybody knows, and they try to protect them because it's not, they're hunting them for no good reason. These people aren't hurting anyone. They just live here. And they go out during the day and they try to work. And this is a family shelter, so this is a really fucked up place to come fucking hunting immigrants. But in the essence, that's what she called for. She's like, bro, they're back there. I was like, really? I could look out my back window. That's what she said. They're back there. She's like, you don't usually see them wearing fucking, bulletproof vests. And, she's like, right now there's only two carloads. And I'm like, oh, God. I was like, I'm not saving anyone today, dude. I'm not saving anyone. That's literally what I said. I was like, are you leaving? She's like, well, I don't know. What are you doing? I was like, reading. She's like, well, I was like, I could come down. Probably catch up with her. I need to, I'm going to close this up right now. I already gave you a good 35 minutes. It's about reflection. It's about walking in it. It's about waking the fuck up. You don't know who you are if you weren't this. And in order to find out what you are, you have to stop being it. And it's very difficult to stop it, you know? Going back to, you know, when I got to Mr. Plum's house, when the shit really hit the fan, bro, when I really sat there and all I have left from my life is these trash bags in my trunk. I don't even know. I've been through so much right now. I've lost everything. And I open it up and I see that I'm grateful, bro. I've got enough clothes for the kids. I've got their underwear. I've got their socks. I've got things, you know what I mean? Because at this point, I have no money. So anything we don't have, then I feel like I don't, you know, I've got all my spiritual stuff. I didn't have much at that time, but I was so grateful to have that. We had, you know, we had the necessities. But as I sat there, you know what I mean, I had nothing else. I'd lost my life. I'd worked so hard to build this life. It was all in the material things of this house. And it was gone. I was gone. There was nothing to go back to. In my eyes, I just wanted to, you know, I was kind of in, you know, just letting it sink in. But the biggest part of me was I had to rebuild myself. And that's really what it was. You want to rebuild yourself before you find yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, I get that it's over. That life is over. I just want to start a new life. And that's what you can't do right away. You're not ready. You've only done one part. You've only took off the outside. You haven't even started to take off the inside. And that's the programming. And that's where you see me is like, I don't have the programming anymore. I took all that away. I took away the way I used to think. I don't think like that no more. It's gone. You know what I mean? And that's where you see me a little bit mindless. And that's okay. It's better not to have judgment. You can see things more clearly when you're not blinded by judgment of an already set perception that this is what this is. You look at a girl and you're like, she's a hood rat. Just right away, dude, that's what your brain tells you when you look at a certain girl. That's a fucking hoe. That's a fucking Karen. That's a fucking this. That's a fucking that. Your brain tells you what everything is. We take that away, bro. We take away the knowing. And we discover what it really is. It takes a lot of time. But that's what it needs, is you need to take away that. You're feeling, you know what I mean? Understand your feelings so you can sense things. Because you take away the knowing and it all goes back to the feelings. How do you know? I don't. I feel. I have no knowing. But I can feel everything, and that's what it is. The divine feminine can feel. Without your ability to feel, you're not divine. You're distorted masculine energy, which is nothing more than a mentality, doing, taking action. That's the masculine energy, the taking action. Right? Doing. The divine feminine is receiving and learning, you know what I mean? Knowing what to take action on. If you're not receiving information from a higher source, you're doing you're outsourcing everyone. You're sourcing every possible thing. And then we talked about that. It's like, do nothing. And watch the greatness that comes out of that. And it's not for you motherfuckers that sit around, like I said, your fucking unemployed families that are always doing too much. Trying to, what is it? The Joneses drinking the Jones juice. It's not Jesus juice in your cups. Hey, what's in your cup? I'll give you guys a better reading later. I'm going to take a break right now because I did want to catch up with her. I'm going to push the limits. I went through one fear. The next fear I got to face is I'm taking this fucking job that I'm going to be driving my car, so I need to go push my car today. I haven't done that because of fear. I just haven't been. So that I want to push myself to go do the things, you know, I want to push this motherfucker. First off, I want to drive to this location to make sure that there's no overheating or nothing. They said it. All I got to do is work out the blockages in my car. In my life is what we got to do, is what I heard. So I want to take care of some stuff like that. I want to go to Red Rocks bad. I haven't gone now in months because of fear of my car. I don't care if that thing overheats and it takes me 5 years to get there. I'm going. And that's where it is I want to talk to her and see what she's doing and if she wants to go with me some places. Why? First off, she doesn't get to go out. She has to ride the bus, so she's limited to A and B. So just to wander is a good thing. Brings up stories. Hey, I remember when I was over here, and it's good to be in a vibe. Secondly, I feel safe with her. if anything's going on with my car, she makes me feel safe. She makes me feel safe. So naturally, I'd like you to go with me. And I'm going to tell her that right away. It's like, and I offered too. I was like, let me do a cleaning party for your house. Why? Because I'm just a cleaner. Let me come in and clean your house, and let's unpack your house, and let's make it homey before this freaking furniture gets here. Why? Because I like to. If I don't clean yours, I'm stuck cleaning mine. That's what I mean. People like that. They know it. They like it. She don't mind if I, sit there in the window while I'm cleaning your bathtub and your toilets and shit. I don't mind. This is what I do. I'm really good at this, and it's going to make you feel good when I'm done, and I feel good while I'm doing it. It's not bad. Maybe wipe down the cum off the toilet before I get there. It's not, I was just saying. I was just being gross. But it could be gross. And, don't make me do a gross job, but I don't mind. Let's clean out your refrigerator, bro. Let's get in. Let's fuck with your garage. Let's do some shit. And that's that action. I'm very actionable. I like to use my strength and shit. And on a Saturday morning, I'm so full of, usually, unless I got real fucked up the night before on some mental work, some emotional work, I'm full of energy. So I want to put that energy to good use. So I'm going to go catch up with her and go see if they're going to raid this building, and hopefully they don't. I'm going to partake. As long as I don't want to see it, it won't happen. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It just won't happen. You know what I mean? I'm asking God to protect me from this. Protect me from this. You know what I mean? I can't protect them from, really the laws. But I can ask God to protect me from, you know what I mean, the trauma of visualizing that. And that goes back to that old man. Please don't make me do this. I don't want to see this. I will never get this vision out of my head. And so that's where we are. That's what it is. Sorry, I'm cleaning up some things here. I noticed there was a dog outside a hold of some shit. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will catch you guys later. That's it. I love you guys. I love you more than you love yourselves. And the love I'm trying to give you is not the love you're trying to give me. You know what I mean? It's not equal and take. You know what I mean? It's not equal give and take. So when you say, that's when you got to learn. And I'm just trying to teach you the hard, terrible lessons that I cry by myself about. God's teaching me all by myself. They're no good for you. This is no good for you. You need to walk away. In the essence, you just feel like he's very possessive and you have no friends, and it's just you and him. Thank God I got Pac. He lets some people in my life, and it's that, only the spiritual. He's not going to let material fucking girls or boys or none of that, because I don't agree. We're not the same people. He made it so that we wouldn't get along anymore. And that's just it. We used to. When I thought like you, I was just like you, but I don't anymore. And that's a good thing. Even though it's a lonely thing, it's it's not bad. Because I'm not in the mind space that you are that drives you crazy. I used to be crazy. Alright, we'll work on that today, and I will catch up with you guys, and later's haters.